Hi, welcome back. We're here with Molly Nuanes from the Museum of Contemporary Art. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
First tell us, what is your job title and what do you do for the Museum of Contemporary Art?
Sure. So I'm the manager of programs. Am I plugged in here?
I think you don't have any sound.
Uh-oh.
That's what I'm hearing.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, but
Yeah.
that doesn't help.
Our viewers won't be able to. Are you plugged in?
So we're having a little bit of technical difficulty, so give us 1
Well,
second.
we want to make sure we can hear her. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
All
you
right.
can speak and then I can just speak
Just
what you
repeat
say.
everything that
Sure,
you
right.
say.
It'll look
Translate
like you're
for you
talking.
or something.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
translate.
Should be all right now, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I am the manager of programs, and I work only on our teen programming at MCA Denver. So I run internship programs, I plan events and programs, and it's all for teens.
Oh, okay. So, first off, how would you briefly describe just contemporary art in general, just so our viewers know
Yeah, because
what contemporary art is?
I actually was just told that modern and contemporary are different, and I thought modern art was like the stuff that's done now, which I'm hearing is
Yeah,
not.
no, they are different. There's lots of debate about the deadline of when modern art ends and when contemporary art begins, but typically we like to say it's the art of our time. So artists who are living and working today, making art, sharing it with people.
Gotcha. Good definition.
In like 20 years, what they're making in 20 years, is that going to be contemporary when we have a new name?
If they're
for the
still
stuff that's going
making
on
it, I don't know, maybe by then we'll be at post contemporary art, I'm not
Post-
sure.
post-
Keep adding those to it, and
I
you
can't
get-
wait for post contemporary.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for that. I wonder what that'll look like. So you said you work and do programs for teens.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about some of the programs that you have there for teens.
Sure. So I'll back up and I'll say first that we are always free for teens every day, all the time.
Ooh.
So anyone who's 18 and under can always come to the museum all the time. They can see exhibitions or they can come to our programs. So some of the things that I do include an intensive internship program called Failure Lab. That's for 12 high school students per year. They meet with me every single Wednesday from 4 to 6 at the museum in our dedicated teen space, and they plan programs and events for their peers at the museum. So in the fall, we plan an annual teen art show. They also work in intensive workshops with artists. So 2 to 3 times per year, they'll work in like a 6 to a 9 week workshop with an individual artist or creative and develop some sort of exhibition in conjunction with that
Cool.
artist. Yeah.
So why is it called the Failure Lab?
That's a great question. I get asked that all the time. So we actually believe that failure is a tool for creativity, and that in order to create anything new or original or authentic, you have to be willing to risk failure in the pursuit of that.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that works with math too. I mean,
Totally.
Yeah, you have to fail a lot of times to actually learn anything. Right?
Yeah,
Yes.
To grow.
it's so true.
Exactly.
I like that. I like the name.
Thank you.
So that's one of your teen programs.
Yes.
What else do you guys have going?
So we've got tons of stuff. On Saturdays during the school year, we have a drop-in program for teens called Wake and Make from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And you can come up to our teen lounge, and each week has a different theme. So you can make something and do something. Last week we made buttons, like pin buttons, and played vintage Nintendo. And there's breakfast food.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
Sounds
those things
really
are
To
good.
show up to
Yeah. And then we do a lot of big events periodically throughout the year. So actually this Saturday on the 15th, we have a teen pop-up shop that has been planned by Failure Lab. So we have 5 teen vendors who will be selling their arts and crafts. My students will be selling stuff as well. There'll be music and things to do. So that's on this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
And then at the end of this month, we have a big event called the Failure Fair, which is a part of our college scholarship program. But this day is sort of a creative careers festival. So we want to expose students to the idea that there's a big range of creative careers, that you don't have to just be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or a starving artist. If you appreciate creativity and creative things, there's a big spectrum of what you can do. So we'll have tours and talks and drop-in workshops and all kinds of stuff. And then we'll do the award ceremony for the scholarship. And then in the evening, we'll do a teen music night. So we'll have 4 teen bands playing in the basement of our museum.
Cool.
That
That
is
is
so
really cool.
cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. So if you are, how do you get involved? If you are a teenager and you're like, I'm just so creative and it's busting out of me. I just need to do something. Like, how do you get involved?
That's a great question. So our two intensive internship programs require an application. So we actually have the applications open right now for Failure Lab for next school year, so 2017, 2018. And you can apply on our website. We also have our Teen Ambassador program, which you can apply for later in the summer. That's a one-semester program, and they plan a lot of events for the museum as well. And that one is a little bit different because if students in that program meet all of their hours, then they are given a $300 stipend at the end of the semester. So it's more like a job.
So,
Cool.
can I ask you this then? Like, so you said there's only 12 students?
Yes, for both of those programs per year.
Okay.
For ambassadors, it's 12 per semester. So really, it's about 36. But all of our events, like I said, admission is always free. Same for our events. So if you ever wanted to drop into a teen event, it's always free.
So just if anybody's out there kind of curious about this, what do you look for in an applicant? Like, what do you
that's a
consider
great
like a
question.
strong applicant for your program?
So while we're an art museum, we do not require anyone to be a visual artist. We want two things. One is that we want you to appreciate creativity broadly and have an appreciation for contemporary art. And that's
Okay.
it. So we have students who do fashion design, students who do graphic design, animation, people who just like art but don't make it themselves. That's really what we're looking for, and people who want to be involved in the museum.
Oh, cool.
I like that they plan things. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like that they have a hand in it, and it's not the adults planning everything. It's the teenagers that get to do it.
They have to, because we've learned that if I plan an event, teens know right away that I planned it. It's very transparent, so it has to come from them to be authentic.
Oh yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Is there anywhere outside of the Museum of Contemporary Art that we could see some of these kind of young artists, their work?
That's a really good question. I don't know. None of our students make work specifically for us that they also show outside. Any work that is done at the museum, we tend to put in our exhibitions, and then they take it home. Yeah.
Okay.
But they get to be in the exhibitions too. That's so cool.
Yeah. So we have a dedicated space up on our third floor that we call the Teen Lounge, and that's where we put all of our exhibitions.
So you could go visit the Teen Lounge then if you wanted to see some of the art on display.
You could, yeah. We don't have anything up now, but we will soon.
Cool.
Could I play some old Nintendo?
If you come on Saturday morning.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a lot of fun.
I guess I was curious. I'm super jealous of all the things that teenagers get to do now
Sure.
and that I don't get to. But what kind of stuff could I do if I came to the museum? What kind of exhibits do you have going on right now?
So we're a non-collecting museum, which means that we don't have a permanent collection of artworks, which is great because we rotate our exhibitions about 3 to 4 times per year, and we have 3 floors of exhibition space. So right now on view, we have 3 exhibitions that fit really nicely together. In our basement gallery, we have an exhibition called Wall Writers, and it's about the origins of graffiti in New York and Philadelphia in the late 60s and 70s into the early 80s, which is really interesting. So graffiti artists were called writers. They didn't call themselves graffiti artists, so that's why it's called Wall Writers. Up on our first floor, we have an exhibition called Basquiat Before Basquiat. And he's a pretty well-known artist, Jean-Michel Basquiat. Rappers rap about him. His imagery is kind of everywhere. It's been on Nike shoes, it's been on makeup. He's sort of a big figure in the modern contemporary art world. But this exhibition explores a year of his life that really hasn't been studied when he was about 18, 19 years old, living in his first apartment in New York City, and he was too poor to buy art supplies, so he made art on everything. He would bring in tires and doors, and he would paint on his floors and walls and refrigerator doors. And this really tracks how this early period of his life impacted the rest of his art making, which is really cool. And then lastly, on the second floor, we have an exhibition called Ryan McGinley, The Kids Are All Right. Ryan is an artist based in New York. He's a photographer, and this explores the period of his life from about 1998 to about 2003, when he was a college student at Parsons in New York City. And he carried cameras on him everywhere, and he captured his life and his friend's life, and really that period of time of living in New York City and making it as an artist, which is great.
Very cool. Those all sound really great.
Yeah, you should come check them out.
Yeah.
Do you have any field trips or anything, like if I wanted to bring a group of students to you, like what do you guys have?
Yeah,
in
so
regards to that?
we offer school tours. So teachers can come bring students in groups, and we can do guided tours. You can do a self-guided tour. It's super easy to go online and book tours from our website.
Okay, cool.
And where are you guys located at? Is
Great
it close to you,
question.
or-
We're downtown, so we're in Lodo. We're on the corner of 14th and Delgany. And what's really great is that we're 2 blocks from Union Station, so it's super easy to get there.
It has that big, is it a big heart?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
walked by that a whole lot.
The big light up heart sculpture, and it spins around.
What is that? It's a heart, or what is it?
It's made by 2 artists named Sue Webster and Tim Noble. The piece is called Toxic Schizophrenia. And it's a heart with an arrow coming through it and blood dripping out. It's very dramatic. But at night it lights up and it spins around, and it's super cool.
Yeah, I always noticed that and wondered about that. That's
Now
really
you
cool. Now I know. Now I know. All right, well, we have to say goodbye. I think we're out of time.
Okay.
But thank you so much for sharing everything.
Thanks for having me.
Really, if you are a teenager and you are into art, I'm glad I know this now, because I'm going to be sharing with my students a whole
great.
lot now, because I have a lot of students that are into art, not necessarily math, sadly. But I will definitely be sharing it with you. So if you are interested, go on their website and look all of that stuff up, because they've got a lot going on. All right, and that website's right down there. Cool.
Yes.
And we'll see you in a minute. We're going to take a break.